And to the first meeting of the Labor and Public Employees Committee meeting in the 2025 legislative session. And of course, we all have to get used to be back in the room and also having Zoom on. So I think I've got it right. There's no echo now. But I would like to, before we begin, start with the announcements. Please make the following announcement. So I'm going to do that. In the interest of safety, I would ask you to note the location of and access to the exits in this hearing room. The two doors through which you entered the room are the emergency exits and are marked with exit signs. In an emergency, the two doors behind the legislators can also be used. In the event of an emergency, please walk quickly to the nearest exit. After exiting the room, go to your left and exit the building by the main entrance or follow the exit signs to one of the other exits. Please quickly exit the building and follow any instructions from the Capitol Police. Do not delay and do not return until and unless you are advised that it is safe to do so. In the event of a lockdown announcement, please remain in the hearing room, stay away from the exit doors, and seek concealment behind desks and chairs until an all clear announcement is heard. And I know that Lily wanted to help with that announcement. That was a real big help over there. Thank you, Lily.
Clear the way.
She thanked me in response. That's so great. So I will start by asking just to announce that my co-chair, Representative Sanchez, had a family emergency, so he is not with us this morning. Everything's okay, but he had to tend to the needs of his young child, which, we all approve of. Taking care of our kids is important. But I do know that we have with us the vice chairs, and I would like to also ask the ranking members if they would like to make any comments to begin the meeting today.
What?
Senator Sampson. Oh, I was going to start with ranking and then go to vice chairs.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I appreciate the deference, Madam Chairman. Thank you. Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not going to say a lot today. I'll save my enlightening comments for our future debates in this committee. But I will say that I'm very, very pleased to be back on the Labor Committee. It's fun, actually. I enjoy our debates. There are a few places in the legislature where there is such a stark disagreement philosophically between the political parties, and despite that, we have a good working and personal relationship, and I think it's refreshing because we get to show the world that you can disagree in a really big way on a lot of things and yet still get along and behave like adults. And for me, that's an important message to send not only to our colleagues here, but to the rest of the world. And I know we have some new members, so I want to just, welcome our new members to the committee, and of course, all of our returning members and the staff. And excited to see a full room of people here today. So interested in what's going to happen in the Labor Committee this year. Probably the same stuff as last year, just to be honest. But hey, it was fun to watch, I'm sure. And I'm especially excited because my successor and dear friend, Representative Gail Mastro-Francesco, will be joining this committee this year. I'm sure she'll have an opportunity to say something in a moment, but that excites me. And I'm looking forward to, passing some good legislation, hopefully, out of this committee, and blocking all of the bad legislation after it does leave this committee, that means. All right, very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Representative Weir.
Thank you. I'm excited to serve again on this committee. I wanted to point out, I heard from Representative Canino. He cannot be here today. He's in another committee meeting, so he expressed his regrets at not being here, but I wanted to acknowledge his absentee. He's busy working on another committee. Again, I'm looking forward to serving the people of Connecticut on this committee. Looking forward to the debates, to the discussion. One of the things I do a lot of reading, not just what goes on in the state of Connecticut, but also what goes on in other states and other parts of the country. And I want to make a concerted effort that the efforts that we're going to put on this committee are going to serve to improve our economic ranking, that we're not going to hover around 46, 47, 48, that the things that come out of this committee are going to help us move, maybe not number one, but I'd be satisfied to see us shooting for a 25. And so I think the other thing that comes out of that I want to be cognizant of is that when we're passing ideas and legislation out of this committee, that we give consideration to all parties involved on both sides of the issue, and that we give great pause and great consideration towards our unintended consequences when we're done with our legislation here. So thank you.
Thank you. And now to turn to our vice chairs, Senator Cabrera.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Pleasure to be here. Welcome to all the new members who are joining our committee, and welcome to everyone. Looking forward to a very productive committee process as we continue to make sure we fight for workers and for families as we see assaults on workers throughout the country. I'm very much looking forward to having a robust debate on what we could do here in this committee to make sure that we support our families, our children, and make sure that work actually pays. So thank you so much. I'm very looking forward to it. Thanks.
Thank you. And now let us turn to Representative Wilson, who is with us virtually.
Thank you, guys. Again, myself and Representative Sanchez are excited to continue doing the work that we do here in the committee and continue to work and fight for workers and their families and making sure that we do the right thing for the citizens of Connecticut. And we look forward to being with you guys definitely for the next meeting.
Thank you, Representative Wilson. And I'll make a few brief remarks and then we'll get to the introduction of the committee. I am very excited to be back as chair of the Labor Committee. I have served as chair since being elected in 2018 and starting my service in 2019. And one of the things that I find really most rewarding is that the work we've done in this committee has had a direct impact on improving the lives of Connecticut's working families. And that's been highlighted so many times, but it's worth mentioning again that the program we passed in 2019 for paid family medical leave has been incredibly successful. I know when I'm talking to people who live in my district, it is not unusual to find someone who says that they've used the paid family medical leave program, and it's wonderful, including when I was buying a new car, the car salesperson said to me, well, I had surgery without it and it was really tough to get by. And then I had surgery again and I had paid family leave and it was wonderful. So many people who've had babies and who've adopted and who need that bonding leave have been able to make use of this benefit, and we've done it in a way that's so successful. So I was pleased when the governor joined the Paid Family Leave Authority and myself and others, especially all the advocates, to announce at the end of December, we reached $1 billion in payments to working families, to people using this benefit, $1 billion in a period of 3 years, which I think really demonstrates how important it is and how much that has, in fact, improved the economic conditions of our state. And we know that in every town and city of Connecticut, there are many people who are using the benefit. So I think we on the Labor Committee can all be very proud of this. Also, you heard highlighted yesterday by the governor, the fact that since we raised the minimum wage from $10.10 an hour, in 2019, we are now at $16.35. And I can guarantee you that that has helped hundreds of thousands of low-wage workers in our state to better make ends meet. It's still not a living wage. We recognize that. And yet we had been stuck for a long time at $10.10 an hour. And so that kind of improvement does have an impact. And I'm proud of the members of the committee and of both chambers and the governor for seeing that that got done and got done well. So I think it's very exciting to be chair of this committee because the work we do affects so many people's lives, and that certainly makes a difference. So happy and looking forward to, yes, probably taking up some bills that you've seen before. So I know you won't have to do a lot of prep work because you already know the arguments that you're going to be placing. And I say this very cordially to my ranking member from the Senate. But I also know that we will have some new bills that will be important to take a look at. With that, I would like to welcome everybody who's returning to this committee, but particularly welcome the newcomers. And we have several. So I think what we will start by doing is introduction. So if you're new to the committee, you would like to start, then, push your mic button and I'll call on you. Okay, Representative Canino.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I just want to say thanks first to my leadership for putting me on this committee. It was one of the ones that I asked for. We take up a lot of very important issues in the Labor Committee that have impacts on our workers, on our businesses, on the economy at large. And I'm very excited to get to work with all of you to kind of put my head down and dive into a lot of these issues. So thank you very much.
Welcome. Next, I see Representative Shake. Welcome.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I am thrilled to be here with all of you. I'm looking forward to working together to get what we need done to make sure that our workers are supported across Connecticut and that we have strengthened workplace protections. And essentially, we are building a stronger workforce across Connecticut and making sure that our workers' voices are reflected in the debates that I'm sure we'll be having in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. And Representative Gauthier. Did I say your name correctly? Because
Uh,
how do
Ga-
you pronounce it?
Gauthier.
Gauthier.
Yes.
Okay.
That works. Either works. I'll respond.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm Representative Nick Gauthier from the 38th District, representing Waterford and Montville. And very pleased and happy to be on this committee amongst friends. I mean that very literally, as having previously worked as labor organizer myself. So as you know, Representative Shake said, this is an incredibly important committee to make sure that the working people, working families, and labor union members in our state are very well protected. And I think this is definitely the place to do it. So thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you and welcome to the committee. And next I see a hand online from Representative Master Francesca.
Thank you, Senator. Hi, everyone. I'm Representative Gail Master Francesco. I represent the 80th District, which is Wolcott and Southington. Excited to join this committee and to join my colleagues on both sides of the aisle. I'm sure there's probably many issues that we won't agree on, but I'm certainly looking forward to the robust debates that I have seen in the past on this committee. So looking forward to working with everybody, and thank you.
Thank you. And I know that you're not a new member to the committee, Representative Lesser, but it's great to see you here again. I'm glad you're back from the Senate and joining myself and Senator Cabrera.
Good to be back with you, Madam Chair. Although I don't think I'm Representative Lesser anymore, but
oh, did I say
you
representative?
did. It's okay. If that's the worst thing anybody calls me today, I'm doing great. No, it's great to be with you and great to be back on this committee. It's a bunch of issues that I'm really passionate about. And as you might have heard, my daughter is also passionate about it. That's why she was very vocal earlier. Great to be with all of you.
I just have one question for you. I know that yesterday in the chamber, we met your chief of staff, and I wondered if Lily is your new deputy chief.
We're still negotiating the title. So that's a lot of respect the collective bargaining process.
That's great. Well, it's good to be back with everyone. And I know there are other members of the committee. Some of our committee members, as you all know, have other committees that they serve on, and they're currently in those meetings. But we always have great participation on this committee. We're thankful for all of the members. I do want to also recognize and introduce to the committee a new member of the team from the Office of Legislative Research. We have Alyssa Santos, and Alyssa is going to be joining the expert, Lee Hansen, who has guided us through so many of these meetings. And so thank you, Alyssa. It's great to see you and welcome to the committee. And we also have with us our LCO, Heather Reeves, who's been with us a few years now, and Heather does a great job as well. And so we really are thankful for the help that we get from the nonpartisan staff. I will announce also that we have Cameron Clerk back as our committee clerk for labor, and Cameron does a great job keeping us on track. So whenever anybody has any questions or needs, and that's anybody from the committee as well as all of the advocates and lobbyists, we certainly, you know how to get a hold of Cameron, and he does a great job for us. We have a lot of policy people. I see Chris is in the room, so I'm guessing Chris is back assigned to this committee as well, which is great. Chris Calabrese from the House Democrats, and I'm sorry, I don't know, anybody here from House Republicans? Oh, there you are, yes. Welcome back. So we have a great team, and we're very excited about getting started this session. Is there anything else that anyone would like to bring up? I think we've covered the items on the agenda. Did I forget anything? Okay, if not, then what I would like to do is announce the time and date of the next meeting, which will be Tuesday, January 14th in room 2B at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So we look forward to seeing you all there again. We hope that you all had a very lovely holiday break and Happy New Year. And thank you to all of the folks who are listening in today or here in person. We really appreciate seeing you all again. So take care. And with that, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor? Opposed? The meeting stands